Hello, you guys. How are you?
Very good, very good.
I can't find enough adjectives to describe what it was like for me to experience your creativity in this film. It was of the worldly. It really was. It really, really was. Can you talk to me about making the makeup for Ari very simplistic and then making the makeup for Cynthia, that green makeup? How do you get it not to come off on everything? That's what I want to know. How does it not come off on everything?
Paul might have murdered me. So
No. Very ingenious.
Yeah. So it's certainly part of the design, because it wasn't just finding the green that worked on Cynthia and made her look beautiful. It was to make sure it didn't need repair during the day, so John had all his time. It didn't destroy Paul's costumes, the beautiful pale pinks and whites and everything that he had on Ari. But it once we found it and it worked for Cynthia, it did have a 12-hour day life, and it didn't transfer, and it took 2 hours and 15 minutes to put on, just the face, neck and hands, which is very quick, and the wig, of course. That was all part of that time. So it was, I'm not going to say Paul's costumes ever took 2 hours, but the costumes took a fair length to get on. But it was quite a process in the morning to get the artists ready for set, but they worked very well together. Cynthia's had a reflective quality, and Ari's we kept quite opalescent and iridescent in her colours. So side by side, those two extremes, both of them were quite reflective, so that way they worked very well in all of our DP Alice's, all of her lights.
I love that.
And worked, more importantly, very well with Paul's costume.
Yes, Paul, I have one on one of your creations at the moment, your collection in Target. Talk to me about what that collaboration was like and how you guys got together to do that specifically for this film.
Well, that was amazing to work with Target. They have a team of designers that design for Target regularly, and to be able to work with them in order to establish a marketable version and take on the looks that I created for Wicked. Just some of the similar fabrics and imagery and color palette, and all those techniques to work together to create a line of clothing that the audience members can go to Target, get their piece, and come and enjoy the Wicked as well.
So what I really want to ask you though is I saw elements, because my mother was born in 1939. She wouldn't mind me saying that, because she's earned the right to be here that long. And I saw elements in Wizard of Oz, her favorite film. So one of three, Gone with the Wind and Wuthering Heights being the other two that were also out that year. But I saw elements of the film in the 1939 version. I saw elements of The Wiz. I saw elements of Wicked. I saw you pay homage to all of those things through the clothing. Can you speak on that for just a brief second?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, I think that was one of the priorities, was to honor the spirit of the different worlds that had been created before. The Frank Baum book, of the Wizard of Oz, the movie, as you were saying, from the 30s. All of that imagery have become such icons for us globally. Really, when you think about Glinda in the pink dress, played by Billy Burke, the ruby slipper, Dorothy. All of those are now emblazoned and a part of, have been incorporated into our culture, our modern culture. And so, I think that it was very necessary to reflect those in subtle ways as much as, I could, because they're a part of, and now our Wicked has been added to that culture as well, so that it now exists in a very live way, and I think that's really wonderful.
I love that. Thank you for expressing that. I really do appreciate it. If you had one word to describe what this experience has meant to you personally, what would be that one word you would pick?
I would say life-changing. I mean, it was really, it was an opportunity to, I've never had an opportunity to manifest a world in such an expansive way, and really, I was telling somebody that we, for me, I picked myself up out of New York, where I live, and landed in London to create this fantasy story. To tell this fantasy story through clothing, which is my greatest passion and love. But then even on set, meeting Francis, all of the cast, John, there because of how long we worked together, there was a family connection that was created of creatives, and that felt very magical as well.
What would that word be for you, my darling?
Oh, spectacular, life-changing, really. And it's just so different from everything else I've ever done. So much bigger, and I've worked big, but this really brought something new to my life.
Well, this was
Wonderful.
watching your artistry, both of you. It was spectacular, magical, and life-changing for me. It's literally bringing a lump to my throat to talk about it. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Look, I'm crying. Oh, my God. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course.